Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS reporters Sydney Bowles, Chris Flaherty, Tad Stefanak, Peter Brown with the weather, Gretchen Carey with Community Calendar, Anthony Matos with sports, and Marge McDonald with senior news. And I'd like to welcome Sydney Bowles, who comes to us from WBUR Public Radio. Welcome, Sydney. The names of Burlington's April 1st elections have been finalized. Current town meeting moderator William Byer is running unopposed, as are incumbent select board member James Tiggis and town assessor Kevin Sheehan. In contested races, incumbent school committee members Catherine Bond and Carl Foss are competing for 2 open seats with challenger Jeremy Brooks. Town meeting is where things get complicated. Some precincts have contested races, but in precincts 2, 4, and 7, there are open seats without enough candidates to fill them. Town Clerk Amy Warfield told BCAT residents can still run a write-in campaign, and any unfilled seats will be filled at a later date. Warfield encouraged residents to vote if they can, saying, "Voters often tell me that they vote in the important elections. Town elections are maybe the most important because this is where you are electing the town officials who are going to spend $159 million of your money." These are the people that are making the decisions for the direction and vision of the town, as well as these individuals that are deciding where your tax money is being spent. Polls will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on April 1st. More information about who is running is available on the town website, burlington.org. The Burlington Select Board has opted not to continue its Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, saying it would find other ways to advance DEI efforts in town government. The DEI committee was originally scheduled to last for 1 year, but committee members asked the Select Board if they could continue. Select Board Chair Nick Priest had this to say.
I'm not saying that this isn't like we're never going to bring a DEI committee back, right? Over the last couple months, reflecting on this, there's an opportunity for us to take a moment to reevaluate where we are.
Priest thanked the committee members for their work and reiterated the board's commitment to diversity going forward. The Select Board unanimously approved appointment recommendations to the Burlington Police and Fire Departments. Brett Incarnacio was approved for a patrolman position. Incarnacio is a decorated Marine and is working toward a degree in criminal justice. His father, Thomas Incarnacio, was recently promoted to lieutenant at the North Reading Police Department and came to support him at the Select Board meeting. Burlington Fire Chief Andrew Connerty recommended Patrick O'Halloran and Cole Sheridan as new firefighters. O'Halloran is a graduate of Burlington High and has worked as a dispatcher for the fire department. Sheridan is currently a firefighter in Linfield and has also worked as an EMT in Gloucester. The Select Board also approved Jacqueline Tabaji and Brady McGonigal to 2 dispatcher positions. Tabaji is an EMT and is a site monitor for the firefighter physical ability tests. McGonigal is a Burlington resident who is CPR certified and is currently taking fire protection and safety classes. The Select Board also approved a proposal to rename the high school entrance named it as Dottie's Way after a beloved bus driver, Dottie Bartlett Yaden. Select Board Joe Morandi had the idea driving past the school one night, and all 4 other board members supported the idea.
I love it. I think it's a wonderful idea, and it's a lot better than my idea that I had. So when Joe told me, I got the chills. I think it's a perfect way to honor Dottie, and every time we drive by down that road, we think of her. So I love it. I love it. Wonderful. Awesome.
It is. It's a beautiful idea.
Dottie passed away on December 5th at Leahy Hospital, surrounded by her 4 children. The proposal to rename the road must now go to the school committee for approval. Representatives from health departments in Burlington, Lexington, and Wilmington met to network and strategize for a new grant that aims to connect public health professionals across the 3 communities. BCAT producer Sydney Bowles has the story.
On a sunny day in Burlington, Mike Hugo, Director of Policy and Government Relations at the Massachusetts Association of Health Boards, explained to local officials what the Public Health Excellence Grant will allow them to get done.
It's a $300,000 a year grant program that goes for 9 years The ideal group is 3 to 4 towns, cities or towns, that are going to be working together to hire shared services. They'll hire inspectors, they'll hire nurses, they'll hire epidemiologists. It'll be working across the borders of the towns for common areas of interest for all of the towns.
Local officials say they're looking forward to new projects.
We would like to look at the region. We would like to look at Burlington to see if there are any hotspots for certain diseases. We'd like to look at what we do, how we can do it better, because we're now going to have the money to be able to do things, as I said, like epidemiology, to take a look at, to offer more and advanced programmings for people within this community.
The 3 towns have similar populations, but they spend drastically different amounts of money on public health. One goal of the grant is to help even out the available services.
Burlington learning from Lexington and Wilmington and vice versa, that's a great thing. We're also on meetings regularly with Department of Public Health, and as part of the shared services collaborative, we are also going to be having training hubs where our staff can go and learn new things, and new staff can go and get the certifications that they need to work in public health, because right now we are lacking in a workforce of public health people, and we need new people to come in and get trained.
The 3 towns are already having fun with the collaboration.
It was really easy to come up with a name because all our names are very similar, so it's the Triton. We thought that was pretty cute.
For BNews, I'm Sydney Bowles.
The Burlington School Committee heard a presentation from Whitson's Culinary Group, the company chosen to take over food service in district schools. The company prioritizes high quality and local ingredients, non-GMO and organic foods, and hormone-free poultry and pork. In their initial proposal to the town, Whitson's guaranteed a $90,000 budget surplus for the remainder of the year. Cafeteria workers will remain employees of the district, and the terms of their employment won't change. The town of Burlington's DPW has received a $500,000 grant to improve its sidewalks, our sidewalks. The Complete Streets Grant, which came from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation Highway Division, will help the town build sidewalks along Blanchard Road from South Bedford Street to Muller Road and on a gap between the Vandergraaf Drive and Seven Springs Lane bike paths. The grant will also cover street lighting and improved pedestrian crossings. Burlington is one of 15 communities to receive a Complete Streets Grant in 2023. The town plans to design and permit the improvements during 2023 and finish construction by the end of 2024. Mom's Organic Market celebrated the grand opening of its first store in New England at 34 Cambridge Street in the Burlington Crossroads Plaza. The store offers organic produce, gluten-free and vegan products, sustainable seafood, and bulk goods. BNews reporter Chris Flaherty took a look.
There's a new place in town to go green while grabbing your groceries. Mom's Organic Market is now open at Burlington Crossroads.
We are an organic and natural grocery store. Our purpose is to protect and restore the environment, and we keep that in mind with everything we do. We offer an incredible selection of organic products. One of the standout things would be behind me, our produce section is 100% organic every day, and the best produce you're going to find anywhere. We offer a stress-free shopping oasis, wide aisles, so you can take your time, look at ingredients, and look at the selection of products that we have, and hopefully a really great, smooth checkout experience when you're done.
Burlington is now the home of Mom's first location in Massachusetts.
We've been expanding and moving into New England, and Massachusetts has been on our list for a while now. We really felt like Burlington, the surrounding area, was a great community. We had a relationship with the landlord in this place from one of our stores down in Virginia, and they recommended that we check it out. Kind of fell in love with the area, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
Hurley says Mom's is ready to be a resource for the Burlington community.
Yeah, I hope that people come in and they find a great place to shop where they can find a great selection of products that they can feel good about purchasing. That we can be a part of the community with outreach that we do for environmentalism. Hopefully we're a great place for people in the community to work and shop.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
The Burlington Public Library is teaming up with the Woburn Public Library for a series of classes to help qualified individuals become U.S. citizens. BNews reporter Tad Stefanak has more.
The Burlington and Woburn Public Libraries are working in cooperation to help people through the process of becoming a United States citizen.
Burlington Public Library, in partnership with Woburn Public Library, is offering a free citizen information night on February 21st at Woburn Public Library, followed by a 10-week citizenship course starting March 4th from 10 to 12. During COVID, when all the programs were virtual, libraries collaborate, it's a librarian thing, so maybe 10 libraries would get together to do a Zoom program on an event of interest. When I decided to do the citizenship program, we've partnered to make this happen. And if it goes well, then the idea is we'll have in spring, maybe in Woburn, the one in Woburn, and then in fall in Burlington, so we'll alternate. So the program will prepare people who have green cards, 5 years for someone who has been living here with a green card and 3 years for someone who is married to a U.S. citizen. It prepares them for the citizenship interview and the exam. And those who need help with applications, there'll be help for that as well. And if you know someone who wants to be a citizen and has the requirements, we would love to have them come to the classes. In Burlington and the surrounding towns, there wasn't a citizenship offering. You can go to Somerville or you can go into Boston, but I think there's really a need for it, and I wanted to fill that hole with the citizenship courses. So we're really excited to be able to bring that to Burlington and Woburn.
From the Burlington Public Library, this is BNEWS.
Marge Yetman, Director of the Burlington Council on Aging, is back with some important messages for seniors and for people with seniors in their lives. Here's what she has to say.
Hello. I have a lot to cover today. Due to recent actions by the federal government, there will be changes to both the SNAP program and Mass Health. The SNAP emergency allotment is ending in February, which means your March 2nd payment will be less than you've been getting since April of 2020. Some of you may not even realize you were receiving extra funds, especially if you entered into the program after March of 2020. If you are a one-person household, you are receiving at least $95 extra a month and up to $281 with your March 2nd payment. That extra amount will go away. There are some ways you can increase your benefits. First, if you have medical costs that are more than $35 per month. Second, if your housing costs have increased. And third, any child or disabled adult care costs. If you are over 60, the COA social workers can help you report these to DTA. You should have, or will shortly receive, a letter from DTA that will tell you how to report these costs if you don't want to see one of our social workers. But the COA social workers should be able to help you with any SNAP issues if you get stuck. There are also changes to Mass Health. During the pandemic, enrollees were being recertified without needing to submit any proof of income. In March, Mass Health will recertify everyone, and you will be required to submit documentation. We don't yet have a lot of information, but I can tell you that you will receive instructions in a blue envelope. So make sure Mass Health knows of any changes, especially your address, and don't throw it out accidentally. If you need help with it, especially if you are overwhelmed by getting the paperwork together, please call the main desk and ask for one of the social workers. Now for the fun stuff. We have Joey Voices, a singer and impressionist, coming on Tuesday, February 28th. Dawn Fusion on the March 7th at 11 a.m. Our bereavement support group on Wednesday, March 8th at 10 a.m. And Irish singer Mossy Coughlin at 1 p.m. on the 8th as well. Representative Ken Gordon is sponsoring our St. Paddy's Day lunch, which is being provided by the culinary department from Shawsheen. And Millipore, who sponsors most of our entertainment, is sponsoring musician Joe Leary after lunch. The last day to buy tickets for the prom on April 6th is March 22nd, because we need to get the count into the escadrille. Tickets are $15 for Burlington residents and $20 for non-residents. That's all for now. I'm Marge Yetman, and I hope to see you at the Senior Center.
Okay, it's tax season, so there is bound to be some sort of a tax scam. Be aware of that. Also remember that the IRS does not call you, nor does Medicare. If you have any questions about that at all, please call the police department, 781-272-1212. They're prepared to answer any questions that you have. Does it feel like spring to you yet? BNews meteorologist Peter Brown has your weekly weather update, and stay tuned for your community calendar with Gretchen Carey.
Well, hello everyone, this is Peter Brown with your weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading in towards the middle to end of February. Meteorological winter is almost over, and seasonal winter is also coming to an end. But starting on our period on Friday, again, we're going to start it with another mild Friday. Temperatures way up near 60. We may get kind of close to that record high of 62 set last year. As we get in towards the end of our period next week, our average highs at this time of the year should be in the low 40s, and we're actually going to end out the week getting a little bit cooler. So we're going to be below average temperature-wise, and we may see some mixed precipitation, something we have not seen too much of this winter. And of course, as we get closer to spring, our length of day keeps getting longer and longer. Looking at our temperature map, they're looking at us to have, again, fairly good chance of above average temperatures. That's what I'm seeing as well for at least the first half of our period. Thereafter, the temperatures are going to start trending downwards. And looking at our precipitation chances, they're also expecting us to have a chance of above average precipitation, most of that coming in the form of rain. But again, we're going to have to keep an eye towards the end of the period where we may see a mix of maybe some snow and sleet working into the forecast. Looks like we're going to start off the week fairly mild. Again, temperatures in the low to mid 50s. We're going to see those chances, though, of maybe a little bit of rain coming in here Monday night into Tuesday. Still mild, and again, precipitation in a liquid form. Thereafter, we see another strong cold front coming through, and our temperature is going to get knocked way down below average this time, down maybe as low and maybe getting into the low to mid 30s if we get towards the end of the period. And again, looking at that chance of maybe some mixed precipitation ahead of what should be another fairly mostly rainstorm. But again, keep in mind, looks like our weather pattern is trending cooler as we head more towards March. So it looks like, unfortunately, some of the winter weather that we usually expect earlier in the winter may actually be coming to fruition as we head in towards March. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Each year, the flu makes millions of people sick. Getting a flu shot is the best way to protect yourself. Within 2 weeks, the shot helps your body produce antibodies that fight flu germs. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Get your flu shot today.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your Community Calendar. On February 21st from 7 to 8 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having a Citizenship course information night at Woburn Public Library, jointly offered with Burlington. For more information and to register, go to burlingtonpubliclibrary.org. The 10th Annual Wine Tasting and Charity Auction, hosted by Bob Murray and the Escadrille. The event will be held on Sunday, February 26th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Escadrille. Tickets are $75 per person and can be purchased directly at the restaurant side of the Escadrille. On February 23rd from 2 to 3:30 p.m., the Made in Burlington store will be having a Light the Candle card making class. For more information and to register, go to the following website. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your Community Calendar.
Okay, you can also get tickets to the wine tasting at Whole Bunch of Flowers and at Sullivan Funeral Home, or just call Janet down there. She'll take care of you. Burlington High School sports has been quite a story this week. Let's check in with BNews sports reporter Anthony Matos for all the latest.
Hey everyone, I'm Anthony Matos, and this is your weekly sports report. We're heading near the end of the winter sports season here at BHS. Lady Devils Gymnastics competed in the Middlesex League meet on February 13th. Burlington came in second place with a score of 142.6. 3 gymnasts qualified for the state individuals, including Ava Shank-Davis, Sam Wynn, and Jenna Linitis on February 20th. Good luck to all the ladies competing in states. Girls and boys basketball had games on February 10th against Wakefield. We go to the highlights.
Girls and boys basketball competed against Wakefield Memorial High School on February 10th. Let's head to the court where the girls started first. In the first period, the Devils scored 7 points, while Wakefield added 15. 15-7 Wakefield. In the second, Wakefield added an additional 18 points on the board, while the Devils had 6. 33-13 at halftime, Wakefield. Third period, the Warriors kept it going with another 19 points, and the Devils added another 6. 52-19 Wakefield. The game ended with Wakefield scoring 9 points and the Devils added 11. 61-30 Wakefield. The Burlington boys were next. Wakefield took control of the first period with 23 points and the Devils had 12. Things changed for the better for Burlington as they took the lead by adding 24 points in the second, and Wakefield added 6. 36-29 Burlington at the half. 17 points were added by the Devils in the third, and Wakefield had 9. 53-38 Burlington. The Devils closed out the game by adding another 11 points, and Wakefield with 21 points. 64-59 Burlington.
Cool. Both teams defeated the Wildcats, with the girls winning 55-39 and the boys 75-59. The girls are now 8-10 and the boys are 14-5. The Red Devil basketball team has a foreign exchange student from Sweden, Ben Poehler, who has been a big contributor this season. BNEWS sports reporter Robert Paris has this report.
Senior and foreign exchange student from Sweden, Ben Poehler, is following his father's footsteps as he had the opportunity this year to compete at Burlington High School on the Red Devil basketball team.
So I've been playing basketball as long as I can remember. My dad played, my grandpa played, so it's kind of, been in my family. So I think I started playing when I was about 7. That's like basically the earliest I could start playing in Sweden. And I've just been playing ever since, really.
His father, Greg, was a graduate of BHS and was once a captain on the team back in the 90s.
My dad's been great my whole life. He's been, coaching me my whole life, giving me great tips, like after games, after bad moments, he's always there to support me. He's always, I always look for him for help and, so he's really been great.
Ben has been enjoying every minute of the experience on the court with his teammates and coaches.
I think we've grown a lot as a team from the beginning of the season, and we're all good friends. We all, great friends outside of the court too. So they've been great. Yeah, it's an honor to play here. Where my dad played too. It's been a fun season. Obviously, we've had some highs and some lows. It's been great.
Ben's just an awesome A-plus kid. Since the time he's gotten here, he's just done an amazing job acclimating himself to the school, the kids. He fit right in right from the start. He is the perfect match as far as how his game plays to how we play. He's doing something really hard, like coming in. I've been coaching most of these guys 3-4 years. They understand how we play, what we do, call, system, and Ben had to learn that in a week before our first game. So, and to be a starter and produce the way he has, is a tough task. He's come so far from 2 months ago, and again, I just think he's done an amazing job handling it with character. It allows me to coach him. Toughness, he's done a great job so far, and he's an absolute pleasure. My only regret is that he's a senior. I wish he could have been here for the entire time.
As for his favorite on-court moment,
when we beat Wakefield, so far my favorite memory, just because they beat us a couple weeks earlier, so it felt really good to get that win.
Poehler has been grateful for his time on the court as a Red Devil.
Improve as much as I possibly could and just make as many, memories as I can. Obviously, it's been great so far, and I just hope to continue this. I'm going to be going back to Sweden next year. It's going to be sad because I've had such a great time here, but also, I have friends and stuff back home, and I'll be playing basketball there too. So,
from the Vanilla Gym at Burlington High School, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Sports.
Girls hockey had a big blowout win 5-1 against Wayland High School on February 13th. On the 15th, they were in Melrose, where they won the game in blowout fashion 7-3. The boys hockey team had 2 games last weekend against Watertown and Waltham. Against Watertown, the team lost 2-1 and also won big over Waltham 4-2. The Red Devils were in Melrose on the 15th, where they won the game 4-1. Burlington competed at home the following day against Woburn Memorial on the 16th. We'll have those highlights in next week's sports report. The girls are now 12-4-2 and the boys are 4-11-2. 10 track athletes competed in the Massachusetts State Track Coaches Association meet over the weekend on February 11th at Reggie Lewis Center in Boston. Senior Nesh Parkith finished with a time of 1 minute 31 seconds in the 600 meter. This automatically qualified him for the MIAA State Championship on February 19th at the Reggie Lewis Center. You can check out the full results for the girls and boys at bcattv.org/sports. The Red Devil wrestling team competed in the sectionals on February 11th. Senior captains Marcus Tucci came in 2nd place and Ahmad Kriswani in 3rd place. Both teams qualified for the MIAA State Wrestling Tournament on February 17th and 18th. The Red Devils finished the meet with 62 points. You can check out the full results at bcattv.org/sports. The Red Devil swim team spent the day at the Division II North Sectionals Championship meet over the weekend. Senior Alex Janov finished 22nd out of 52nd with a time of 23.27 in the 50 freestyle relay, which qualified him for the MIAA State meet. The rest of the results have not been posted. For more Red Devil action, go to bcattv.org/sports and check out our Twitter page at BNEWS Sports. That's all for now. I'm Anthony Matos. Back to you guys in the studio.
As always, we finish up with a photo of the week sent in by our viewers. This week, Steve Moran shared this chilly image from a stroll along the Charles. I don't know about you, but I think this goose is going places. We'd love to share your photos. Send them to us at bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. And that's it from the news desk. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with Sydney Bowles, Tad Stefanak, Chris Flaherty, Peter Brown, Gretchen Carey, Anthony Matos, and Marge Jetman. Thank you for joining us.